with you, right? So you should be with me in this session, for one or two things. Okay, you should be with me in this session for one of two things. One of the first ones is that you want to learn. The second one is that you want to do what you want to get, how you can get into the tech markets, right? How you can get into the tech market. So my name is Abdullah. Okay, I would love to get to know you guys as well. All right. So if you can just tell me your name and where you are joining me from in the chat box, I would really, really like that. That will show me that you are very, very active in tonight's session. Okay, that would show me that you are very, very active in tonight's session. All right. So if you can just type in the chat box what your name is, where you are joining me from, I would really appreciate that. Okay. So I'm just going to open the chat box to check now. I'm waiting, guys. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. Right. I have Christian from Lagos. All right. Superb. Okay. All right. Thank you very, very much. Mary Treasure from Anambra, Abraham, Muhammad, Hafiz, you're welcome. Okay, promise. All right, so you guys are welcome to tonight's session. My name is Abdullah and Dalo Muslim, and you are so welcome to tonight's session. Okay, for some of us, we might have engaged before. We might have gotten into sessions before, masterclass sessions, and all of those things, basically. Okay, but solely, right, we want to see how we can still do what we can still engage, move ahead, and also grow together. Right. So tonight I'm going to be walking you through a myriad of things. So I need you to have your notepad with you, your pen, and your mind here. So if you have any noise in the background, something that's going to maybe disturb you or anything, you want to stop it from joining you tonight. Okay, so that's that about that majorly. All right, so let's get right into it. Okay, let's get right into it. Now you'll be joining me tonight with one of these options. Okay, you'll be joining me tonight with one of these options in your mind, majorly with respect to your priority, with respect to your career, with respect to where you are in your current stage, current lifetime, and so on and so forth, like that, majorly. So for some of us, we want to be able to work from home. For some of us, we want to be able to increase our income significantly. For some of us, we want to be able to have more time, okay, for our family. For some of us, we want to leave our current job for a much better one. For some of us, they want to have freedom with their time, all right? And for some of us, we're tired of waiting for a pay increase, okay? So these are the types of things that most of our joiners, okay, join us with majorly. They get to show us, they get to tell us about these things end to end. All right. So I'm so glad to have you. Okay, if you're having any one of these, okay, I'm going to be guiding you through on how you can do what, how you can overcome, how you can build, how you can scale ahead from this stage end to end. All right. So if this is you right now, maybe your cost of living is crushing your incomes, your income is not stable at the moment, having economic pressure, and you're busy, you're a busy professional, but you see yourself as not progressing, okay? And maybe you think that AI is coming to take your job in the market. All right, you see that AI is coming to take your job in the market. You what? This is the right session for you, okay? Because you are here for one reason, okay? I mentioned two reasons earlier on. One reason on how you can do what overcome all of these, okay? On how you can overcome all of these, all right? So that is why you are here tonight, okay? That is why you are here tonight with me. Okay, so who we are, all right, who we are, we're an analytics business. Okay, we're an analytics business and we're a leading learning platform helping professionals get into tech and also helping them land jobs in what? In tech. Okay, helping professionals get into tech and also what? Helping them land jobs what? In tech. Over the past 5 years, we've been able to support and help over 3,000 professionals land jobs and also build their agencies end to end. Okay, with respect to what? With respect to tech. Okay, and now we've delved into the field of AI. All right, and this is where we get to what? Where we get to redefine the whole story, we get to redefine the whole structure, and so on and so forth, like that, Major. Okay, so you're welcome with me to this session. Okay, you're going to know me in a bit. All right, like I said, my name is Abdullah Musa, but you're going to know, okay, Abdullah Musa, what role do you play here at the analytics business? Okay, you're going to get to know that in a bit. All right, so we're all here. We're joining you here tonight with one sole reason. Okay, with one sole reason to get you started, to give you clarity. Okay, to give you clarity to get started in what? To get started in tech majorly. All right, this is a masterclass session dedicated to what? To get you started in what? In tech. All right, and how do we do that? We showcase to you what it looks like. Okay, how easy it is to delve into things and do what? And earn from it as well. So we're not just going to be showing you the hands-on. We're also going to be showing you how you can build a career out of it for yourself. Okay. And lastly, we're going to do what? We're going to get you into one of our programs. Okay. We're going to get you into one of our programs. So for those of us that are going to stay with me till the end of the call, all right, I have an offer for what? For 5 people. I have an offer for what? For 5 people. I'm going to need 5 people tonight. That's going to do what? That's going to jump on my freebie. All right, and I'm going to give you access to it end to end. All right. Now, moving ahead, this session is recorded. So, if you want to have access to everything we're using in this session, the material, the tools, every single thing, okay, you can fill in the form in the chat box. My colleague is dropping a form in the chat box. You can fill in that form and you can use that to get access to the recordings and also the materials that I'm going to use. Everything from the case study end to end, okay, in this class. Okay. Now going through it, all right, we have me myself, all right, we have me myself, okay, and Abdullah Musa. I am the deputy head of training and operations here at Analytics Business, and I am a business systems and automation consultant, okay, and I specialize in AI automation, business intelligence, and building data-driven decision systems, okay, and I help businesses streamline their operations. So I've seen a lot with businesses over the past half a decade. Okay. Also, I am able to mentor over 10 cohorts, okay, of professionals end to end. Okay. I'm able to mentor, I'm able to drive people through with their tech career, help people establish, help people build their businesses, and they're able to scale over time. All right. So you're welcome. You're welcome to this session. You're welcome with me to this session. If you want to connect with me, you can always reach out to me via LinkedIn at Abdullah Iyadalo Musa. Okay, and you can what? You can always hit me up on LinkedIn as well. If you stay till the end of this session as well, I'm going to drop my personal contact for those of us that wants to reach out to me, that wants to get more clarity, and they want to do what they want to, chat me up to ask some personal questions. I would be available for that. Okay. Now, getting right into it. After tonight, you're going to go out, you're going to choose one of the creative AI paths that is springing up very fast. You'll be able to learn how you can position yourself for success in the AI job market because it's not just about learning the skill, it's also about how you can get a job end to end and also how you can get started in your tech journey. Okay, and how you just get started in your what in your tech journey majorly. Now, before we move ahead, it's very, very crucial that we understand that the job market has never or would always never reward effort over time. And I'm going to explain myself, okay? Because this sounds as though, oh, it is very controversial in some people's hearts. But when we come to talk about it, it is not controversial. It is nowhere near being controversial. Okay? You'd say that yes, okay, if I'm a worker, all right, if I'm a worker, I am always putting efforts. Okay, which drives me back to my first point before we got into this session. That what you can be a very busy professional, but you are not progressing in your career. All right, if that is you, that is literally what the job market is doing to you. Okay, now the job market has never been rewarding efforts. Okay, it has been rewarding leverage. What have you been putting into place? What smart structure have you been putting into place? Okay, and with that, the job market has been evolving over time, from typists to receptionists, from receptionists to bookkeepers, from bookkeepers to clerks, from clerks to what, to accountants, from accountants to financial analysts, from financial analysts to do what, to professionals. Okay, I'm an AI powered financial analyst, and so on and so forth, like that. Okay, and that is the same age we are now. Okay, so if you can relate back a few decades ago, we had phones that had buttons. Okay, before then there were phones that were using antennas. Before then they were nothing. Okay, you had to send letters. All right, so that is how the job market too is. In today's age and time, it's very rare before you see the person that uses, a button phone. Okay, maybe they just want to use it to make calls. All right. Now that is the same thing with the job market. It is no longer rewarding what? It is no longer rewarding effort. Okay. It is what? It is rewarding leverage. How smart. Okay. How smart you are. How smart you are in today's world and in today's market. So in this session, you are going to move from doing things traditionally, okay, learning how things happen traditionally, to do what? To how things happen very, very fast with the aid of AI. And we're going to be looking at one of the creative paths so far, which is what? Which is AI for social media. Okay. And we're going to see how we can also spread out and make money from it as well. Okay. So we're going to, showcase, spread out, talk about different things as well as we go on. Okay. And you do what you'll get to learn more things. Okay. Now, this is our case study, guys. This is our case study. This is our case study. Okay. Now, our case study is looking at Vehicle Sports, all right, which is a car brand here in Nigeria. Okay, it's a car brand here in Nigeria, and we're going to help them do what? Automate their marketing funnel. Okay, we're going to help them automate their what? Automate their marketing funnel majorly. Now, if you're still with me, let me see your thumbs up. If you're still with me, let me see your thumbs up. If you know anybody that is missing out, okay, uh, bring them in, drag them in, okay, drag them in, okay, drag those people in. If not, they are going to do what? They are going to miss out a lot. Okay, now let's get right into it. Okay, so for Vehicle Sports, all right, Vehicle Sports is a company here in Nigeria, and I have never come in contact with Vehicle Sports. I have not transacted with them, but I'm here to show you how you can offer something to people like Vehicle Sports. All right, so I'm here to show you how you can give, people like Vehicle Sports some purview, some level of, awareness and so on and so forth, like that majorly. Now, businesses, they run advertisements. Okay, businesses, they do what? They run advertisements. So if you're in the creative world or you are helping businesses in terms of operations, this would be a very sweet spot for you. For those of us that are also looking into other career paths, would also touch base on those other little areas as well. Okay. Now, for Vehicle Sports, for other businesses at large, one of the major things is to do what? Is to run ads. Okay. And if you do not know about it, businesses have what they call a marketing funnel. Okay, they have what we call a marketing what a marketing funnel. All right. Now that marketing funnel, it is meant to do what? It is meant to attract customers. Okay, which is that ad that you clicked to join their community or to join their what, So it's that ad that showed awareness to you. Okay, it attracted the people. There's four steps to the marketing funnel: attract, inform, convert, and engage. Okay, now most small and medium businesses miss this a lot. Okay, most of them just go round and round like a barber's chair. Okay, so most of them go round and round as like a barber's chair. So one of the first things is that you need to be able to help businesses attract their leads, attract their clients. And you do not just attract with poor visuals, you attract with very, very quality visuals. Okay, you attract with what? You attract with very, very what? Very, very quality visuals. Okay, so now imagine the flyer that was put out for this session. If it was not beautiful, it is if it wasn't, very, very good, would you be able to get access to this session? Okay, so awareness, right? Awareness, okay? And that same marketing funnel must be able to inform people. It must be able to have a call to action. All right, it must be able to have a call to action. It must be able to convert them, make them buy, all right, and so on and so forth like that. And lastly is what they should be able to do, what they should be able to engage. So if you have a small business, or if you have a medium business, or you know somebody that has a small and medium business, this is very important for them. Okay, because they're able to do what they're able to attract, they're able to inform, and do all sort of things majorly. Okay, and I'm going to show you step by step. Okay, so put your phones away if you're using your laptop to watch this, or just put the noise away and let's focus on what I want to show us majorly. Now, what we want to do is that we want to be able to help people like Vehicle Sports, okay, build advertisement visuals, like advertisement visuals that they can put out, okay, and they attach to their ads. So it's going to be able to put customers in very, very fast. Okay, and how you can also upsell to other businesses as well. I'll show us that part as well. Okay, now I want to show us a tool called Pomeli AI. Okay, I want to show us a tool called Pomeli AI. As you can see, this is Vehicle Sports. And where did I see Vehicle Sports, guys? Where did I see Vehicle Sports? I saw Vehicle Sports on what? On on Google Maps. I never, contacted them before. I never worked with them before. All right. So this is just it major. Okay. This was where I accessed them on Google Maps. We're going to come back to talk about Google Maps in a moment, but let's just go down to Vehicle Sports website. Now, this is Vehicle Sports website. They're a leading car dealership in Nigeria. Okay. I can search for different cars. I can decide that, oh, I want to buy a Lexus, I want to buy a Mercedes Benz, I want to buy a Toyota, and so on and so forth like that. And I can decide the location. Okay. So if it is foreign used cars I want or Nigeria used cars I want, okay, I can decide the location. They also have like different, sort of makes, different sort of brands, and so on and so forth like that, actually. But guess what? Guess what? Um, Vehicle Sports, I don't really know if they put out ads out there. Do people know them a lot out there? Do they put out ads? Are they out there? Do people know them? Are people aware of them? Okay. You can't compare Vehicle Sports with maybe what's this latest car dealer? There are these guys, Meccano. Okay, you can't compare Vehicle Sport now with Meccano because those ones they sell like very good cars, new cars, brand new cars, and they do their awareness very, very well. Now, this is one thing that what businesses use a lot. Okay, now this is one thing we're going to do. We're going to pick the URL of Vehicle Sports. Okay, and we're going to pick the URL like this. Right, and we'll come down to Pomeli AI. What Pomeli AI does for us is that it is able to help us build like visuals, like graphics very, very fast. Okay, it helps us build graphics very, very fast. All right, so I don't want you to miss any point of what I'm saying. Okay, now I'm just going to click on let's get started. All right, I'm clicking on let's get started and it is loading. Okay, I'm just going to agree to this. Okay, and I'm just going to confirm that as well. Okay, now what Pomeli is going to do for you is that it would enter into your website. Okay, once it enters into your website, it is owned by Google. Okay, and it's a free tool. Okay, it will go into your website. Once it goes into your website, it's going to do what? It's going to go and get, it's going to go and get several things. Maybe it's going to get like campaign ideas and tons of stuff like that, majorly. And lastly, you're going to be able to generate your creatives. Okay, you're able to do what? You're able to generate your creatives. Okay, you're able to do what? You're able to generate your creatives. Now, let's go. So I'm just going to click on let's go right here. Guys, if you are missing some parts or your network is glitching or anything, you want to fill in the attendance form in the chat box. Okay, you want to fill in the attendance form in the chat box. Okay, now I'm just going to add the what? I'm just going to add the URL of vehicle sports right here. Okay, I'm just going to add the URL of vehicle sports right here. Okay, vehiclesports.ng. Okay, so let me just do www.vehiclesports.ng. If you are still with me, let me see your thumbs up. If you are still with me, let me see your thumbs up, guys. If you are still with me, let me see your thumbs up. Only two people. Only two people out of 2 million people that are on this call. Okay, cool. All right, superb. Now, um, now www.vehiclesports.ng. Okay, and I click on continue. Okay, I click on continue. If you do not have a website yet as well, okay, you can. Oh, there's also an option. All right, there's also an option. So as you can see, guys, you can see it is already analyzing vehicle sports like real time. It's already analyzing. It's already studying their visual aesthetic, every single thing. You don't need to. You don't need to. So if you're a creative person, if you're a graphics person, if you're a visuals person, or you're a business owner yourself, this tool is very good for you. Okay, so it's going to learn, through the words that you don't need to start writing out the copy. You don't need to go as far as learning all of those big things before you can churn out very good graphics. And you're going to see what it's able to generate in a moment. Okay, so now that is one part. Okay, we'll come back to this. It's going to take a few minutes, maybe like 2-3 minutes. It's going to take that. Now, one of the things is that how do you get your clients? Okay, you're able to help businesses build very good visuals, very good videos, and so on and so forth like that without having to hit any roadblock. Now, how do you do what? How do you get this type of people? Okay, how do you get this type of people? And I'm going to teach you a very common hack. Okay, it's common, but there are some hidden features there that I'm also going to show you as well. Okay, there are some hidden features there that I'm going to show you as well. Now, Google Maps is known for traffic. I go to traffic, I do this, I do that. I want to go from one place to one point, and so on and so forth like that. But one thing about Google Maps is that what every business, every solid business, when I mean solid, I mean every verified business must have a what? Must have a Google My Business app set up. Okay, they must what? They must have a Google My Business such that if you search for it on Google Maps, it must be able to show their exact location. That means their exact point, where they stay and so on and so forth like that. So that makes it easy for me to go into Google Maps now and search for businesses, okay, and maybe in their categories and so on and so forth like that. So how did I find vehicle spots? All I did was just to come to my Google Maps and I did what? I looked for car dealers. Car dealers in what? In Yaba. Sorry, in Ikeja, Lagos. I never knew Vehicle Spot from anywhere. So once I clicked on car dealers in Ikeja, Lagos, it popped up what? It popped up this range of what? This range of people for me, as you can see. Okay, so these are the results. You can see these people. Okay, you can see these people. All right. So um, you can see these people, right? So this is one thing majorly. Okay, so you can see all of this majorly. Now, one of the things is that what? One of the things that is that you are able to you are able to get these people details. Okay, not only their websites, but you can also get details like their direct phone number, okay, such that when you finish building anything you want to build for them, maybe for vehicle sports and so on and so forth, like that in this scenario, okay, you can do what? You can help them put it out. You can send it to them, you can bring it out as visuals and all of those things. By the way, Pomeli has finished what it was showing us in the moment there. Now, we have Niger Car Shop Limited, okay, and that was where I saw Vehicle Spot. So all I did was just to click on Vehicle Spot like this, okay. And what one thing about it is that you are going to see their what? You're going to see their websites. For some of them, they don't have websites, okay. All right, and you are also going to there's another skill called vibe coding, guys. Okay, using AI to do what? Using AI to build websites for businesses, right? So if these businesses set up themselves with that website, you can upsell to them. How do you upsell to them? They always drop their phone numbers right there. They always drop their phone numbers right there. Okay. Once you copy their phone number, you reach out to them, you tell them about yourself, you upsell to them, and you are able to close the deal. Okay. You are able to close the deal majorly. Now, that's how I was able to find vehicle spots. Okay. And that is how you are able to get like tons and tons of leads. Okay, so if your job is creative and all of those things, you can look for several car dealers. Okay, you can look for, and this is just like different things majorly. Okay, so these are very very important things majorly as well. Okay, engineer Ali Danladi, it's very very important people fill in the attendance form. If not, they won't get the recording and also the materials that are being used in the session. Okay, so let people fill in the attendance form as well. Okay, so if you're having any issues, you can, if you're joining with your device, okay, there's a full screen feature, okay, on your phone. All right, you can use that to put what I'm presenting to you on a full screen, and you can get access to, you can watch all of this end to end as well. Okay, so now this is Vehicle Sports website. This is Poveli. Okay. And guess what, guys? It has collected the brand color. I didn't have to start looking for the brand color. I didn't have to start looking at the tagline and so on and so forth like that. It has brought out the brand value. It has brought out the brand tone of voice. Something that a professional graphics person would have to sit down, take weeks to do. Okay, take weeks to do. So these are things that Pomeli AI is able to do end to end for us. And guess what, guys? Guess what? You notice that there are some of these images that it did not just generate like anyhow. It generated them with like very, very good high quality. Okay, you'll see them in high quality very, very soon. Okay, you see them in high quality very, very soon. For example, look at this. Okay, when I was going through Vehicle Sports website, I didn't see something like this. Okay, when I was going through Vehicle Sports website, I didn't see something like this, guys. Okay, so I didn't see something as detailed as this. Okay, but let's get right into it. Okay, and we're using a local business. We're not using like standard businesses like the makers of Escalade and all of those things. Okay, now I can edit the colors. Okay, I can edit the fonts. Okay, this is the logo. It has copied the logo for me. I don't need to do too much work. If I still have any other images that I want to add, I can add it. Okay, so that's that about that. Does it look interesting, guys? Before I move ahead, does it look interesting? Does it look interesting? Only one person says it looks interesting. Okay, that's fine. No problem. I'm going to be answering just that only one person. Okay. So this is the business overview. Okay, this is the what? This is the business overview. All right, you can see it is able to generate everything about the business end to end. Okay, now I can click on looks good right here, and you're going to see how it's going to help me with. It's going to help me with very, very good quality ads. It's going to help me with very, very good quality ads. Okay, these are some suggestions, guys. These are some suggestions. These are some suggestions. You can see it already. I didn't have to. I didn't have to go and look for pictures or anything. Okay, it's learned from the website, and it is building out very, very good stuff for us. Okay, you can see this, right? You can see this, right? So all these are suggestions. If I want to generate more ideas, if I want to, generate more things, okay, it can do what? It can do it as well. And guess what? It is available on mobile as well. You can access this Pomeli AI on your mobile. All right. So that's that about that. So say for example, one of the issues that people have is car buying scams. I buy Tokumbo car, I buy Niger used car, and the police is looking for me 2 weeks later. Okay. What is one thing they are telling their clients here? They are telling their clients that what? That they are very, very trusted. They are building trust in what? In their people's mind. Okay, they are building trust in their what? In their people's mind, and they did not have to do what? They did not have to build or take days to generate these creatives. Okay, all right. So let's click on this. We're going to use this for example. Okay, or which one do we want, guys? Picture one or picture two, or creative one or creative two? One or two? Which ones do we want? Let me see in the chat box, guys, quickly. One or two, one or two, one or two. Okay, two. Okay, that's fine. Great. So I'm just going to click on two. Okay, I think two is more appealing. Two is more appealing, right? Okay, that's fine. No problem. No problem. Guys, so you can see, all of those Instagram edits that usually have you know, they are like carousels. Okay, they are like what? They are like carousels. You just scroll. It has created four for you. Okay, it has created four right now. All right. So the first thing is just to show awareness. Okay, it's just to show awareness for the world, for the business owner. Okay, and as you can see, you see this. Okay, claim your car buying freedom. Okay, you can fix the layout. I'm not going to do any of those on here. Okay, so you can fix the layout. You can change the generated image. Okay, you can edit it. Okay, you can change the generated image. You can change it to anything that you want, and so on and so forth like that. But guess what? It is using the information that it got from the what? From the website. The business has a blog, but they do not do what? They do not have, something that they are able to work with. Okay. Now stop dreading the Tokumbo gamble. AI is already understanding what is Tokumbo, you know, and so on and so forth like that majorly. Okay. So instead of me, I can just make like little edits here and there. I can change the header. I can change the header right here. Okay. I can change the header right here. I can change the description right here as well if I do not want something like this. So this makes my work easier to do, okay, and very, very fast. At this rate, I can do like 30 brand creatives and put it out there. Okay, all right, I can do 30 brand creatives and do what? And put it out there. Okay, verified data, no hidden. We inspect every detail so you don't have to worry about fraudulent sellers ever again. Okay, so people cannot be reading this and they will not be convinced. People cannot be reading this and they will not what? They will not be convinced. Okay, And lastly, Lastly, your right to a transparent deal. Secure your next vehicle with Nigeria's most trusted, verified automotive marketplace. Tell me how this will not bring people in. Just tell me how this would not bring people into the business. Okay? We already analyzed what the marketing funnel is. Just tell me how this will not bring people into what? Into the business. Okay? So I can generate a call to action as well. Okay? I can generate a call to action as well. Call to action means buy, convert for me. Okay. And it gets these people into the marketing funnel. These people have what? They have what they get. Okay. So this may take few minutes. I just said you should add a call to action. I can also animate it as well if I want to add a little bit more animation to it. Can you see? Get started now. That was not added before, but it added it what? It added it for me. It added it for me. So you can tell the difference between the two images and between the two creatives as well. Okay, so at this rate, as a designer, as a business owner, you can do what? You can generate um you can generate everything end to end. Okay, end to end. Okay, so these are things that you are going to be seeing majorly. If you can see my screen, let me see your thumbs up. If you can see my screen, if you saw everything I just showed us now. Okay. So that might be a bit of network issue. So you want to check that if you cannot see my screen. Okay. Now you can download this. Okay. You can download this end to end. You can download it. You can download the creative. Okay. You download the image and you're done with it. You can download it. You can, put it. You can download it anywhere you want, and so on and so forth, like that, majorly. Okay. And that is how you get your what? That is how you get your creative. Also, guys, there's something called photo shoots. Okay. Photo shoots. You can create product photo shoots right here. Okay. You can create product photo shoots right here. So you can, maybe if you have a car, for example, now you can create a photo shoot for that car. Okay. You can create a photo shoot for that car. Okay. All right. So I pick this Toyota car now. I click on looks good. And I just want to generate, I want to generate a story about it. I want to generate a square photo about it. Or let me just do in use. Let me do in use. Okay. So let me do in use. So I can choose in use. Okay. How people are using the car. Okay. I can choose the type of fashion, if it's type of fashion, if it's fashion, if it is beauty products, okay, if it is general products, okay, and like very, very interesting stuff, okay, very interesting stuff. So I'm just going to click on looks good right here, and I can generate a photo shoot for it, okay. I can generate a what? I can generate a photo shoot for it. This way, I'm able to have access to what? I'm able to have access to very, very interesting stuff. Okay. I'm able to have access to very, very interesting stuff. So that's about that majorly, guys. Okay, so we're going to come back to this in a moment. So like I said, guys, that way being able to build for vehicle sports, that way you can upsell to several businesses, okay, across Nigeria in several niches and so on and so forth, like that. Okay, you can see how this is able to do it. It's able to close deals for us. It's able to, close several things for us. So all of this, it's way beyond that knowledge, by the way. It's way beyond that knowledge, by the way. Okay, there's still some extra stuff that you'd have to, have expertise with. Okay, so download is not limited. Okay, you can always download any day, anytime for free. Okay. Now, in 2026, one of the things that you need to get, apart from your certification, is what? Proof of work. Before you're able to close a client, before you're able to close a recruiter in today's age and time, you need what? You need proof of work. All right. And that is why If you do not have a portfolio of your work as a professional, as a tech professional, you are missing out. Okay, you are missing out. Okay, now 70% of hiring managers require project evidence. Yes, you have the certification. Yes, you have that. Yes, you have this. But guess what? If you are not able to show me what you can do, now, if you're not able to show me what you can do, all right, you are not in my market. I don't need you. Okay, I don't need you. That goes for business owners that you want to work for. That goes for any type of person that would want to bring you on board into their what, into their system and structure majorly. Okay, and it goes from right from home here in Nigeria down to what, down to Europe. Okay, it goes right from home here in Nigeria to what, to to Europe and so on and so forth like that major. So you have your certificate, it shows that yes, you took the knowledge, but what shows that yes, you have that knowledge, yes, you're able to apply it, and so on and so forth like that major. Okay, so with that, permit me to walk you through several AI career skills, okay, or AI careers that you can get into today with the analytics business. Okay, permit me to introduce you to several AI career paths that you can get into today with the analytics business. If you're a teacher, if you're a banker, if you're an engineer, if you're a finance officer, if you're a warehouse officer, if you're a clerk, if you're a lecturer, anybody of sorts, okay, you can get into this easy to get skill, and you are able to do what you are able to get started as well. Okay, you're able to get started as well majorly. Now we have AI for social media and video creation for those people that would love to, get into, creating things for AI for social media. That what I showed us now is not just the only way you can make money from helping businesses, okay, in the social media structure, digital marketing, and all of those things. You can also help, or you can also build out faceless channels, faceless YouTube channels, AI influencers, UGC generated content, user generated content, and so on and so forth like that. You can create audiobooks, and very, very cool stuff. Okay, you can have a faceless channel that will do what, that would be making money for you off YouTube as well. Okay, so we call it YouTube automation. All right. So we have AI automation that looks into converting business manual processes into what, into automated processes. Okay. So we also have AI for software and web development. The knowledge I just showed us now in building websites and just in building visuals, there's also that type of knowledge that you can also utilize in doing what, in building websites for what, building websites for businesses. Okay, and so on and so forth like that. So these are for people that are looking for or looking to move into the creative path. Okay, these are for people that are looking to go into the creative path. Now, for my corporate people, okay, for my corporate people, you want to do, you're a corporate person, you're an operations person, and so on and so forth. Like that, you're a salesperson. Okay, so there are several skills that you can work with as well. You have AI for business analysis and project management. Okay, you can get into AI for business analysis and project management. You have AI for data analysis. Okay, you have AI for data analysis, and you have AI for HR analysis as well. Okay, this way you are able to scale, deploy, and help projects. Okay, help them build, and so on and so forth like that. These are very, very profitable AI career paths that you can get into today. Okay, and now we will not just only train you in this AI career path. Okay, we would not only train you, we won't just give you just pre-recorded videos, that you will just watch and that's all virtually. Okay, we have the what, we have the employability package. Okay, we have what we call the employability package. What would guarantee you success? I told you earlier on, what would guarantee you success in this career path? What would guarantee you success in this field? Okay, it's one thing major. So we'll just give you your certificate at the end of the day. Okay, you're going to be getting like end-to-end support. And the end-to-end support I'm talking about is for a lifetime. It's for a lifetime, all right? It is for a lifetime. So you're going to be getting, you're not just going to be getting your live classes. You're going to be getting 8 weeks live training. Okay, for 8 weeks, you're going to be building end to end in a live class with your instructor, end to end. Okay, you're going to be building end to end with your instructor. Um, case studies, real-time business case studies that you can put on your portfolio at the end of the day. You are able to also get weekly mentorship and also technical sessions with your instructor and mentors correspondents. Okay, so that is one thing as well. Now, you also get to have access to our CV, our professional rights of CV reviews, and you get your CV revamped end to end as well. Okay, get your LinkedIn optimized as well when you join us in any one of our program as well. So these are things that our employability package covers. Now, I've shown you one way, that we train people to get jobs. These are for people that want to build their agencies, build businesses. But I want to serve as a freelancer. I'm looking for side gig. I'm looking for side job. Okay, we also walk you through how you can do your Upwork setup very, very well. Upwork optimization. You would learn how you can do it, how you can set up yourself on a website like this and all other AI websites like Micro One and so on and so forth like that, major. Now, once you're able to learn all of this, okay, we have scenarios where before students finish their program, they are getting interview call-ups, okay? Or immediately they're finishing their programs, they're getting interview call-ups. Now, you're getting into the interview call-ups, you get what? You get interview preparation, okay? You get interview preparation with your mentor, with your instructor in class as well, with your facilitator. Okay, this way they're able to guide you end to end, okay, with mock interviews and coaching sessions, okay, before you go into that session. Okay, we teach you like very, very good and structured approach towards applying to job, and you can also get a job reference letter. Okay, you can also get a job reference letter. So all of these things are all packed in one, from trying to find a job to trying to get the job to have gotten the job, what next? Okay, so on the job support is also there as well. We provide you with on the job support. Okay, you can always reach out back to us. Okay, oh, I do not have any issues. I have some issues at work, but it is way beyond this knowledge, that knowledge. Our professionals in-house are ready to support you end to end in that your career path majorly. Okay, so these are things that we work our people to. Okay, if you can still hear me, let me see your thumbs up. If you can still hear me, let me see your thumbs up. Okay, okay, superb, superb. And like I said, guys, we've had people that have gone through this employability structure after learning. You know, I learned, I packaged myself, I apply, and I got the job. Okay, so it's a four-step process. Okay, you learn, you apply, you learn, you package yourself, you apply, and you get the job. That is the success. That is the success criteria as well. Okay, so enough of the proof, okay, that I'm showing us on the screen. Okay, so let's just get right into it majorly. Okay, so we have like tons and tons of people that have gotten, access towards it. So we have our next cohort starting by 9th of May. Okay, so we have our next cohort starting by 9th of May. But before I go into that, let's just quickly check our results. Okay, can you see these guys? Can you see these guys? I didn't have to do a professional photo shoot. Okay, so it did everything for me. It did everything for me. So I'm going to teach you way beyond all of this, by the way. Okay, I'm going to teach you way beyond all of this, by the way. Okay, so it's just a tip of the iceberg. Okay, it's just a tip of the iceberg. You can explore the tool. It's a free to access tool. Okay, we'll teach you way beyond all of this, and you're going to do what you're going to enjoy it majorly if you're going for their career path as well. So getting into what we have for tonight, okay, our next course starts 9th of May. And if you're ready to join us, we have like open slots. I have 5 open slots left for the sales cycle to be complete, and I need people that will get into that 5 open slots. Okay, I mentioned it earlier on, and I'm saying it again now. I need 5 people. However, they can take charge of it. Okay, I need you to take charge of that open slot majorly. Okay, so getting right into it. So, like I said, if you're supposed to learn this fractionally, oh, I learned the training somewhere, I went to learn the skill somewhere, I went to learn that somewhere, and so on and so forth, like that, you get to lose a lot. Okay, but this is it coming to you on a platter of gold. Okay, and this is it majorly. Okay, our normal price for our programs is 250,000 naira. Okay, but we are currently running an early bird discount, okay, for the first 5 people that will take charge of this. Okay, you can either do a one-time payment of 120,000 naira, or you can do a payment of 3 installments of 150,000 naira. Okay, so that means you can pay in 50,000 naira 3 times. Okay, so once you pay in 50,000 naira, it secures your slot into getting the program. Okay, and you are able to take, the program, and we're also able to plan your way through the program as well. Now, um, just to also speak and just to also attach to it as well. Okay, the payment details are going to be shared in the chat box for those of us that want to take charge of it. Okay, it has already been attached in the chat box. Okay, so I'm just going to walk us through the details. Any of the program that you want to go for, all right, or if you're having any issues, going through any of the programs. Okay, so you can easily. So we just added a link. Okay, so you can go through any of the programs that you want to work with. Okay, you can click on enroll now. So say for example, I want to work with AI for social media and content creation. You just click on enroll now. Okay, and you do what? And you put your what? You create an account. Okay, and you sign in majorly. Okay, and from there you can make your what? You can make your payments. Okay, you can make your payments. All right. So for creatives, we have for creatives, and we also have for what? We also have for corporates majorly. We have for creatives, and we also have your corporate. And if that is going to take a while, okay, you can also make a direct transfer. I'm going to attach the details to the screen right now. Okay, you can make a transfer to the accounts I'm going to attach on my screen now. Okay, so let me just quickly edit that. Okay, so I'm just going to edit that in a moment, and you're going to see it pop up on my screen now. Okay, so I need just 5 people, and once you've taken charge of it, just send me a DM. Send me a DM as immediately as possible. Okay, send me a DM immediately. Send me a DM immediately. Okay, it's very, very crucial. You send me a DM immediately. Okay, so that's my phone number attached to the screen. Okay, so I can give you, or allow you get access to what, to the payment form, so you can get enrolled and get started into your program almost immediately as well. Okay, so you can also make payments to the bank details attached on my screen that you can see right now. Okay, so this is the bank account details right here. All right, so you can make your payment to that bank details right there. It's a Kuda bank account. Okay, and you can send me a DM immediately to have access to your enrollment form. All right, so for those of us that are still waiting, like I said, you still want to achieve this, but you do not have 50,000 naira. You can start with as low as 25,000 naira, guys. You can start with as low as 25,000 naira. Okay, you can start with as low as 25,000 naira to get started into your program. Like I said, yes. So first things first, just make your 25,000 naira to the account details, okay, and send me a DM so we can discuss immediately after this. Okay, I'm going to be taking a couple of questions. All right. If you have any question, please raise your hand. If you have any questions for me based on what we showcased so far tonight, or you want to get clarity about anything, please um, raise your hand and I'm going to request you to unmute. Okay, so I'm going to request you to unmute. Okay, superb. All right. Okay, just a moment, Oluwadare, and you're going to be able to unmute in a moment. Okay. Hi, Oluwadare. Good evening. How is it going?
Well, thank you. God bless you. I joined in the midst of the program, and then also while we were rounding up, somebody called my number, so I was out for a while, and then came in now. I just saw 980, and then I
Okay.
had you just saying about 25,000 to start this
Yeah.
and that. So please, throw light. I don't. I missed up something there. I don't want to know
Okay.
what you actually talking about.
Okay. That's totally fine. So I said that if you are to learn all of the things that we share with you fractionally, that means you learn the training, you go for mentorship, get into an alumni community that can give you lifetime access to network and opportunities, and all of those things. The total actual value of admission might even exceed this amount majorly. Okay. So, and this is what we offer you. Okay, lifetime access to all of these things, end to end, from your training to your access and everything as well, like that. So we have our normal prices for our programs going for 250,000 naira, and you can also take charge of the early bird discounts that is only open for 5 slots for tonight. Okay, for um 120,000 naira, you can do a one-time payment. Okay, or you can make a 3 installment payment of 50,000 naira. Okay, of 150,000 naira, so 50,000 naira respectively. Okay, so that was what I was saying majorly as well. Okay, so with that, you are able to secure your spot and to also get started into your program. Now, for those 5 people that are going to get in, because I can already see some people already making payments and sending in their details. Okay, so for those 5 people, I'm going to personally walk them through their LinkedIn optimization and their CV revamp come tomorrow, Saturday. That's the first end-to-end mentorship they're going to be getting directly from me. Okay. And like I said, for those of us that do not have access to 50,000 naira tonight, or I cannot get started with 50,000 naira, and so on and so forth, like that, you can do what? You can get started with at least 25,000 naira. Okay. Okay, so you want to secure your spots, you want to secure a slot for yourself for 150,000 naira. You can start with at least 25,000 naira today, and you can immediately, okay, reach out to me and we have a discussion end to end on how you can spread your remaining payment structure as well. So these are very, very feasible options that we have in house for people that want to do or get into our program. And like I said, it's only open for 5 people. It's only open for 5 people. So you want to make sure that you take very, very good charge of this. I hope that was clear, Oluwadare Johnson. Hi, Johnson. I hope that was clear. Right. So I believe we are able to, close out end to end. Okay. If you still have any questions for me, for those people that I told as well that, staying till the end of the session gives you access to connect with me, chat with me, ask more questions, or gain clarity. Okay. So if you're having any confusion at all, okay, you can quickly, immediately chat me up. Okay. This is my personal phone number. okay, and you can access me via WhatsApp as well, okay. So it is very, very important that you copy that and you are able to do what you're able to reach out to me, okay, and we can look at how we get your questions cleared up, and we can also get you started in your programs, okay. So that is very, very important to take very good note of. Okay, so with that, we're going to be coming to the end of the session tonight. Thank you very much for joining in. For those people that filled in the attendance form, you're all going to be getting access to the recording and access to the materials that was used end to end in this session tonight. Thank you very much for joining the session, and I really appreciate you guys. Cheers, everyone. Bye.